Hello everyone and welcome back to SAFC Fan TV. Sunderland have just defeated Bristol Rovers 1-0 away at the Memorial Stadium, finally beating a side managed by Joey Barton, and a very important 3 points after a 39th minute goal from Aidan O'Brien gave us the lead, and we managed to see out the win. And joining me to review the game is of course Dino and Charlie from On Rovers Vlogs as well. Dino, we'll kick off with you. Not the prettiest performance, but a win's a win, isn't it?
Yeah, at this stage of the season, win's a win. Bristol were always going to be a tough team for the simple fact they've got Joey Barton and the fact they're fighting relegation. So, I mean, that's two things where you're extra fired up as you need every point you can get, and you've got Joey Barton getting you along there with his motivational speeches about how much he hates Sunderland. So, yeah, it's a good 3 points. I'll take it.
Yeah, I thought we really grew into the game as well. But Charlie, we'll go to you. How did you see it from the opposition perspective?
Yeah, I mean, I thought we started really well. We was doing the high press. Had two good chances, which I'm still annoyed about now, which we should have done better with Younger and then Tyler Walker, which they should have just passed it and we'd have had a better chance. But I mean, obviously, overall, it was always going to be tough. I mean, it sort of sums it up. I thought we played quite well. I think we gave you a good game, but we just don't have enough goals in the team, and obviously conceding another awful goal as well just sums it up really.
Yeah, speaking of goals, of course, you have just mentioned it there, Dino. It was a nice ball in. I thought the defender wasn't brilliant. I thought O'Brien was able to get his shot off, relatively unmarked, but a very unique finish as well. What were your thoughts on the goal, Dino?
Well, when you get a volley, which it wasn't like a high overhead volley, it was a volley what's literally on the floor. If you can get a volley in the box from a corner, that's kind of bad defending, because there should be no space in the box to actually ever get a volley. You normally score with your header, but to get a volley is quite insulting, to be fair, as a defender, because it shouldn't happen. But I think it hit O'Brien on the shin pad and it rolled in. I mean, not the prettiest, but I think Aidan O'Brien's being one of them people who gets a lot of criticism, but he does get the odd goal, and he does do a lot of work, and he's got with a goal to win the game. So it'd be very disappointing from Bristol Rovers' perspective, the fact that was scored from a volley in the 6-yard box. It's quite bad.
I thought Aidan O'Brien could have had another as well. There was that chance that McGeady put across to him. He connected with it well, but I think he should have put it on target, really, at least work the keeper from there. It did go over the bar. But speaking of chances in the second half, Charlie, you had two within the space of about a minute, really. I think both from set pieces, and Burge did well to save them. How disappointing were you not see them go in?
Yeah, really disappointing. Obviously, there was a volley from our left back. I mean, if it maybe would have been a midfielder or a striker, then it would have gone in. But it was such a good chance as well. And then obviously, yeah, the other one, it just sums it up really. We just haven't got the firepower. We didn't replace, Clark Harris, and it's costing us big time. And then obviously, I mean, throughout the whole game, we didn't really let you have many big chances, even though you did have most of the ball in the second half, especially. But we kept it. I mean, I thought our centre backs were pretty good today. I think don't think White had a chance today, or maybe apart from the first half, I think he put a header wide. But no, I mean, it was always going to be tough, especially McGeady. I thought him and Sanderson was probably your best players today. Sanderson was a rock, such a quality player.
Yeah, I mean, you've mentioned there Sanderson again with a solid game. I thought Burge made a few important saves as well. The two that I've just mentioned were like close range volleys from set pieces. Burge did well to stop them going in, as well as his other contributions throughout the game. Dino, we're going to go on to the man of the match for you.
You know what? No one really stood out for me. I mean, yeah, Dion Sanderson always plays well. Luke O'Neill normally always plays well. McGeady, another standout, but I'm going to give it to Aidan O'Brien because he got the goal. He done really well, and then obviously he got taken off probably because he's been injured. But he's got with the 3 points we desperately need. And I mean, Charlie White he's not on fire as he was at the start of the season, but you need your other players to pop up with the odd goal, and O'Brien's done it today, so I'm going to give it to O'Brien.
Yeah, I did think White struggled today. He's struggled the last few weeks, I think, as well. He sometimes doesn't do brilliant when he has a strike partner, and O'Brien tends to be that man sometimes. But for whatever reason, it didn't work today. Charlie, have you got a man of the match yourself?
I'd probably say Kilgore. I mean, he kept White out of the game. I think Lee he didn't have a bad game on the left.
Yeah, great.
Apart from that, I mean, it was pretty sort of. I mean, I think Tyler Walker played well. He was on the right, the young with the strap on his hand. That was his first start ever for Rovers in the league. So yeah,
Was it?
yeah, yeah.
I was going to say I thought the lad on the right. I thought Walker. He looked good. He looked nippy. He was getting past the player. I'm sure in the first half he skipped past 2 players and had a long range shot.
Yeah.
But on fairness, I thought Callum McFadzean done well to nullify him at times. He was getting good tackles in. But I thought Walker looked really, really bright for use, to be fair, I thought.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I think looking at it from Bristol Rovers' perspective, I would agree with what everyone said, especially I thought Leahy did have a good game. He was probably your main player throughout the game. For man of the match for myself, I'm going to give it to Lee Burge, actually. I'm surprised you didn't, Dino, because I know you're quite a big fan of him. And I think today, there's only one moment I can think of, and of course, there might be something I'm missing where he went to play a pass and he just hit it with his right foot and it just kind of went up in the air and put Ledbetter in a bit of an awkward situation in the second half. But I thought he made some very important saves, especially in the second half, to keep Bristol Rovers out of the game. Dana, were you going to say something there on Burge?
You could probably give him man of the match. I didn't think the efforts on goal, the really shots you would expect him to save, like kind of straight at him, but you still do have to make the saves. Like you say, you do have to make the saves. But I don't want to be the Lee Burge fanboy, but I'm just giving him the man of the match because I like him. I give it to O'Brien for the simple fact he gets so much criticism and he's won with the game today with a volley, and that's why I give it to Aidan O'Brien, because he does get a lot of stick. And yeah, he's not the prettiest, but he does the work no one really sees. Everyone likes McGee.
How pretty he is, like.
Aidan McGee gets loads of praise because he takes on players and he looks fancy. Aidan O'Brien's not about that. And to be fair, Aidan O'Brien had a couple of nice touches, like dribbling past players and stuff like that. So yeah, I'm going to give it to Aidan O'Brien. I really do. I think he's all right.
I do think he had a decent game, and I would say this about McGee. He had a few kind of nice touches to take the ball away from players and retain the ball, especially as Sanderson, as always, was solid at the back. There was a few, I think it was decent performances across the field, where I think Max Power had a decent game at right back. McFadden on the other side kept it tight as well. He looks as if he's improving recently, but I don't think there was anyone who was like absolutely incredible out of this world. So man of the match is a little bit of a difficult one. Deo, do you think we're benefited today, though, really, from having the week off, of course?
You wouldn't think it, would you? When you look at the game on a whole, like you would think we'll just play the same as we have done in the last couple of weeks. I don't think a week really takes hold of you. If anything, when you're playing 2 games a week, it keeps your fitness up. You're always ready. Where you've got to wait a week, you're a bit deflated. You're like, I'm a bit bored now. You're just training and going home. Where you want to play, where footballers want to play football matches. How you go for a walk down the beach. Players want to be playing football. They don't want to be training all week. They'd rather play more football matches. Well, that's just my opinion, but I didn't really see much of a difference with a week off.
Fair enough, of course. And kind of a last talking point, really, to you, Charlie. Joey Barton, of course, we've never actually beaten a side managed by him. Today was the day. What are your thoughts on him as a manager? I know you don't tend to think it's his fault, really, that Bristol Rovers are doing so badly.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, like I said to you in the preview, I think we left it late to bring him in. We should have brought him in earlier because he hadn't even had any chance to bring players in yet. I mean, yeah, he could have bought some free agents, but they're going to be unfit and not match ready. So, yeah, I mean, hopefully he can sort of do some, because I mean, we've obviously got a tough run of fixtures to go for the rest of the season, so it's still going to be hard to stay up because we just don't score enough. But if we're in League 2, then so be it. We just got to go again and hopefully back him. But it's just been an awful season. There's no two ways about it. I mean, yeah.
I mean, I would like to wish you his best luck, but I'm not going to because Joey Barton's a manager. It'd be quite nice to see him. Just to touch on the League One results today, Oxford last night did beat Lincoln City 2-1. Unfortunately, Peterborough winning 7-0 against Accrington Stanley. Portsmouth beat Shrewsbury 2-1 away from home. John Mark was getting sent off, and Hull City won, Gillingham won. So the results overall didn't really go our way. But, I mean, with now third in the table, with a game in hand on Peterborough and 2 on Hull, it's 10 more cup finals, really. 10 more games. We've got to give it absolutely everything. But for myself, Jack Dodds, from Jamie Wilder, and from Charlie from On Rovers Vlogs.
Jack, you're missing something. You're missing something. Donations today. The donations today.
Oh yeah, well I was gonna conclude that. Actually, I was gonna say thanks for watching the review, everyone, but also thank you as well to everyone who did donate on the super chat. We had absolutely loads of little donations and big donations as well coming in, which will all go to the running of the channel and hopefully improving Michael Power's internet. So hopefully you can actually be in sync with us watching the game, not about 10 minutes behind. But in all seriousness, it does just go towards the likes of StreamYard and the equipment we pay for as well. But for myself, Jack Dawes, from Gino Algar and from Charlie from Rovers Vlogs, thank you for watching. Please like the review if you haven't already. Subscribe, and we'll see you tomorrow on the Sunday Punch. Bye bye.